Hi, this is Logan Street with DealerSocket. Today we're going to go over just navigating the home screen of the CRM or the dashboard. When you log into the CRM, this is the screen that you will see. If you're a sales manager, if you're a salesperson, it'll probably look something similar to this. For demonstration purposes and the point of this video, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to show you how to navigate and what things are just in general on this screen. And there are sections that I will mention we will dive into in other videos a little bit further. So we may gloss over certain things just for time in this video. Starting at the top of the screen in this black section, there is a chat with support option. You can utilize this to chat with our support team. One thing to remember is one support agent can handle up to 6 chats at one time versus one phone call. So if we are a little busy, you may get through a little bit faster here than if you were to call. Okay. To the right of that, we have this email inbox. Now, this email inbox is used more for finding existing emails rather than checking emails as they come in. As you probably know, when an email comes into DealerSocket, it should tie to the opportunity that it was sent from or the customer is tied to, and that would create a task that then has to be managed. And once that task is completed, that task would then kind of still be there, but unless you have a specific filter or widget to find those completed email tasks and trying to search through them is a whole nother story. This is a great place to go and find those emails. If you are a sales manager or an internet manager, this is also where, depending on how your routing is set up, if a provider is sending you leads that aren't coming through in the correct format, they'll show up right here as an email and not necessarily the lead. So that's pretty well what this is used for. Again, you can reply to emails from here. You can, search your emails. You can look at your sent emails, so on and so forth. That's all going to be in this section right here. I'm going to go back to the homepage. One thing that's not showing up here because it's not active on the site that we're in, but it's the Socket Talk inbox. So I'm going to jump over to a separate demo site that has this to kind of show you what this looks like. But again, it's not on that other site. This is this little dialog window here. If you click on this, this will pull up any recent Socket Talk conversations that you've had with a customer. And if you flip this toggle right here as a what we call an FS user, I don't have the access to do this, but you can flip it from customer to dealer, and you can actually utilize the instant messaging system within DealerSocket. And check the description because we'll probably add a video for that at some point. So if it's not there, it'll probably be there at some point. No worries. I'm going to jump back into that site that we were in. Looks like I skipped this one, but this little graduation cap, these are product walkthroughs. So depending on what page you are on, this content will actually show up a little differently. So for example, if I wanted to learn about adding a new customer, here's a 2-minute walkthrough video on how to do that. Okay. But if let's say I'm under the search page and I hit the graduation cap, you can see that there's a few different videos here in addition to those 2 videos that we had on the other page that are relevant to that page that we're on. Okay, to the right of the graduation cap, we have this notification bell. We will put a video up going through how to set up your notifications, but this is where you would come to read them, but also delete them as well, and then make any adjustments to the settings. Once again, I'll make sure that once that video is created, we post it as a link in the description of this video. But you should be able to come in here and turn everything on and off, as well as we'll show you how to do that on the mobile app as well. Okay. Moving to the right of the notification bell, you have your help option right here. Support portal. This is not currently active within DealerSocket through the Solera acquisition. the system that this used to run on, we're actually rebuilding that. So currently it's not active, but it will be. And the idea there is that if you do have a support question, you may actually be able to go there utilizing, artificial intelligence. Depending on how your question is asked, we may be able to get you an answer, and you may not even have to talk to somebody to get your answer. Of course, if you still want to talk to somebody, we can do that as well. Help. This just takes you to your generic, CRM help menu. If you want to search through anything, you can search that utilizing that menu there. Okay, and then what's new? This will bring up anything new that we've published. As well as, hey, if you have some feedback, let us know, right? This switch, or I guess this is a Google form that emails us. It looks like it's got my personal email on there, but you can give us some good feedback if you're utilizing that as well. And then current stat or system info. Oftentimes, if you call support, they will ask you for your site number. This is where you find that site number. It'll be under selected dealership or just dealership. For this example, it is 5752. I'm actually going to jump into the correct site. It's like we jumped sites there for just a second. And then below system info, we have current status. Looks like we are currently having some issues with certain sites being able to access the CRM. This is actually a good example because you can actually see when there is an issue, kind of what that looks like. If there's not, it'll be all green and we'll be good to go. This can also be accessed by going to status.dealersocket.com. If there is an outage or something like that, that's typically where we update that information. And then below status, we have DealerSocket training. There's also a DS University widget right here. This will take you to the exact same place. If you open this up, this will take you to DealerSocket University. And we will do another video on how to navigate this, how to enroll in classes, and how to use it as well. I believe it's actually been rebranded as Solera University now. But again, it's the exact same setup as it was before. So you can access any training materials here if you want. You can take classes, and we can kind of go from there. Let's jump back in here. Okay. To the right of that, you have your name. If you want to log out, you can hit log out right there. If your store utilizes CTI tracking, this is also where you would update your phone codes. If you have site relations access to multiple sites within your group, you would hit the site name and go to those other sites. Okay. Coming down into this section below here, again on the far left, if you hit the home page, it'll always take you back to this screen. Coming across my dashboards, if you have multiple dashboards built, and again, we'll cover this in another video, but this is the drop down that you hit to go to different dashboards. Probably the two most popular for a sales manager are going to be the sales manager dashboard and the sales manager console, which are defaulted onto every user. To the far right, if we want to add widgets, we click this plus add widget button, and there's a lot of widgets here that you can go over. Again, we'll create videos for breakdown of what all these widgets are, and how you can utilize those as well. That should be in the description at some point. And then if you click the three dots next to add widget, you can rearrange your widgets. This is essentially how you would adjust your dashboard or create new dashboards if you feel inclined to do that. Below that, we have our basically our home page where we can move these items around. We can set this up to customize however we want it to look. One thing to note is if we do adjust the screen size, it does adjust for that. So if I made this is kind of hard. If I made this window smaller, let's say like this, it'll rearrange the widgets. Okay. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have these icons right here. If you look to the bottom, there's a little arrow you can hit, and this will actually add titles. So we have home, search, customers, opportunities, and tasks. inventory manager if you have access, sales if you have access, and those break down into your checkout, desk log, desking, scoreboard. If you're utilizing our service tool, there's a link here, reports, um, my links, which we'll talk about in another video on how to build those out, marketing tools, and then your admin menu. And that is a rundown of how to navigate the homepage in DealerSocket. Thanks for joining me.